my beautiful people, welcome back. How is everybody doing? Praise God, praise Jesus. Yes, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Judith Nabbona. I am a registered nurse, professionally California trained and licensed. I also serve in the US Army in the reserve component, but above all, I am a born-again Christian. I'm a child of God and I'm not ashamed to share that. Yes, welcome to my YouTube page. Here, if you're seeing me for the very first time, we talk about nursing as a profession in general. We share about military life and we also share about faith and living in Christianity as a child of God. So any of those that interests you, if you're seeing me for the very first time, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Today, I have a very interesting video that I want to share with you, my subscribers, my viewers, and it's going to be about nursing school. How do you prepare for clinicals on your first day as a nursing student? I'll be right back with that. Do not go anywhere. Yes, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you're here today. May the good Lord bless you. Once again, my name is Judith Nabbona and we are going to be sharing, I'm going to be sharing five tips on how to prepare for your clinicals on the first day as a nursing student. 5 tips. Those that really helped me, all that I learned along the way as I was going into clinicals as a nursing student. Let's dive in. Point number 1. This is very important. It is be on time. Do not let your instructor get there before you. Be on time. Give yourself enough time. Usually clinicals are going to start 6 when the shift is starting for the day. Actually, they start at 7, but we were supposed to be there by 6 because you have to meet with your professor or your instructor beforehand, and then you're going to walk together to the floor. When I say the floor, to the unit, then they're going to be assigned, they will assign you to a nurse. So you do not want to be late. Be on time. This is your first day. You don't know the geography of the area. It is very advisable. Actually, if you can, as a nursing student, make a drive to the hospital a day before to get to know the geography of the area. Your professor will just say, we are meeting at the reception. If you can, go and see where the reception is. Go and see where the parking is. They will give you parking most of the times. They will give you parking, but it's going to be the farthest parking, unfortunately. So you need to know how long does it take me to walk from the parking lot to where I'm supposed to meet with my professor. That is why it is very important to be on time. Do not be late. You being late is going to throw you off. And it is going to disorganize your entire day. And this is your first day. You're going to be running around, confused, not knowing what to do. So I encourage you, be on time. Give yourself at least 30 minutes. 30 minutes to wait for your professor in the lounge, or some will say we meet in the cafeteria, whatever they've said. So that you're call your other cohort members you're with, asking them, we are supposed to, you will usually have a group. They will set you up in a group. Text, ask guys, where do we meet? Don't text 7:59 or 6:59 when you're supposed to be on the floor at 7. No one is going to answer your phone call, Please, first day, be on time. Calculate yourself, how long does it take me to drive from my house to the hospital? Parking, how long does it take me to walk from the parking structure to the reception where we are supposed to meet, all that. Be on time. Point number 2. Prepare your paperwork and bring extra copies. Most of the times the paperwork is on the student portal, and At the hospitals, you may not be able to open up your student portal to print. You don't want to be that nursing student bothering nurses to help them, to ask them to print for you. It doesn't hurt. Have 2 extra copies of the care plan. Everything. Have an extra copy of the assessment form. Because you're always going to have to make errors. So have an extra copy. At least you can ask for photocopying machine. The photocopier will be there. That is much easier. Have an extra copy. You don't, everything. I would always have at least an extra copy of everything for my clinicals. You can spill water on it, or tea, or coffee. Anything can happen. So it is very, very important to prepare yourself. Prepare a day. I would prepare my clinical bag. That was specifically for clinicals. I would not take it anywhere. I would make sure my badge, you're going to need the badge. They will not let you access the building if you don't have the badge. You make sure you have the badge in. You make sure you have your clipboard in. You make sure I have all my documents in, aligned the day before, and I set it up properly. It is very important to make sure that you're prepared. Your uniform is, don't wait in the morning to wake up and then you start running around. Where are the socks? Where are the shoes? You know, everything should be prepared a day before. It is very important when you're prepared. I would also prepare my mind and okay, I'll take water. Where is my bottle of water? I put it where it is easily accessible. So prepare your paperwork, prepare everything you need for clinicals, and I kindly request you, have an extra copy. Don't be that annoying student who is always begging other people, who is always disturbing others. Do you have an extra SBA? Do you have an extra assessment form? Don't be that kind. Please. Point number 3. I've shared a bit of it in point number 2. Have all your clinical items ready. You may not use them, but have them ready on you. When I say clinical items, what do I mean? Have your stethoscope. Have your light pen. Have your nurse's watch. Have your clipboard. Have a pen. Have pens. Don't have one pen. Have more than 2 pens on you. Have a pencil. Have a rubber. Have a whitewash. Have the scissor, the nurse scissors. Everything, have it ready. Have your light pen, the light pen. Have everything ready, prepared. If a professor asks you to do an assessment on a patient and you need to use your pen light, you have it ready. Your stethoscope should always be, around your neck. You need to have a pen on you at all times. Even, that's why I usually have more than one pen. At least one is in my trouser, because we put on pants that have different pockets. I should have one on me, or a pencil, and at least one that I'm moving around. In case I can't find it, I have something on me. It is very important for clinicals. You need, even when you stand up to go to your patient's room, have a pen with you. I would always go with at least where to write, because you are learning from your nurse. They don't have time to go back and forth. It is up to you to pace yourself, that when you see something, and if they're in between of a procedure or something, it is not advisable to confuse them and ask questions. Write it down. Wait when you go back to the nursing desk as she's chatting. You're like, oh, as we're in the patient's room, I noticed you did ABCD. Can you tell me more about it, because I didn't understand it, or why, Why? Because you have a pen and a paper and you write it down. Don't think like, oh, I'll remember, I'll ask. No, it is going to skip your mind. It is very important as a nursing student. Have your items together. Be organized. I don't know how many times I can emphasize being organized. People would just come in, you would see somebody so confused at the beginning. You're in for a 12-hour shift. You don't want to be confused at 7 in the morning. So have your items ready. You'll be set That first day is going to be, you're going to have a lot of questions. You're going to have a lot of anxiety, which is normal. You're going to be, you don't know, you're just floating around. You don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. So what, but if you are prepared, wherever they push you, you go. Wherever the wind blows, you go, because you're prepared and you're set for it. This is a big one. This is a very, very big one. Point number 4. Come with your positive attitude. Leave the negative out. You do not want to be that nursing student. And mind you, just so you know, these nurses who are our preceptors, they give a report about us. Yeah, because I think some hospitals, they are paid more for having a nursing student for preceptorship. Because once you're on the floor, you will notice that not everybody is allocated a nurse. Some are so rude. They'll say, I don't want a nursing student. Actually, it is better you tell me you don't want a nursing student than accepting me to follow you and you don't teach me anything. Some will be like, I don't want a nursing student. Or I'm busy. I cannot manage. It is okay. Now that I'm on the floor, I see, I understand. It is okay. But you need to come. Some will say it is okay. And their attitude, you have to ride along that attitude with your positive attitude. I don't know. Leave the nurse's negative attitude. They've finished theirs already. You're still on the journey. So the positive attitude is very, 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 very big. How? Don't wait for your nurse to tell you to do something. As they get their assignment, she's going to give you a copy. She will tell you, we have 4 patients, room 5, room 8, room 9, room 10. Those are our patients. So they are also your patients because you're following this nurse. When you see her standing up and going to the med room, don't wait for her to call you. Follow her. Stand right next to her. Ask her when you go to the med room. Med rooms are big. Or the supply room. Ask her, what are we picking? Do you want me to pick up something? Or when she picks up something and her hands are getting full, ask her, let me hold this for you. Show that you're there to help them. They will help you more. Don't wait for the nurse to ask you. Normally when I would go with the nurse, of course you have to go and do rounds. I would make sure, okay, our patient, does he have water? No water. Let me go get water. I don't have to wait for the nurse. I'll just say, I'll trash this water and bring new one. Oh, okay. Do they need straightening the bed? Sis, do it. I've had students say, no, I'm not a CNA. I cannot do a bed. You're going to make that bed if you're on the med-surg floor and the CNA's called in and you have a patient who has C. diff. You're going to make that bed. So you better make that bed as a nursing student. You cannot do away with doing a CNA job as a nurse. You can't. Let me say it that way. You're going to make that bed whether you like it or not. I've had students, no, I'm not a CNA. I don't make beds. You're in the wrong profession. Very wrong. You're going to be on the floor at your hospital, at your unit, and you don't have a CNA because they all chose to call in. Are you going to leave your patient seated in unclean because you cannot change the bed? Because you cannot touch the linen? No. I would tell myself, okay, the bed needs straightening. She'll be like, oh yeah, perfect, let's do it. Be with a positive mind. I don't know how much I can emphasize it. Be helpful to your nurse that each time you're coming, they're looking forward to have you as a nursing student. You're not a burden. That was me. That was me. I would make sure that it will be a routine, like every Monday you have clinicals at that hospital for that semester. So they most likely you're going to see the same nurses, the same faces. They'll get used to you. So they'll be like, I like her. Give me that nursing student. Don't be that one like, no. She's another work. I have enough. I don't want. Be helpful and ask questions. When you're helpful, they'll even be forced to teach you. They'll be telling you things. They'll be giving you tips because they're seeing you're helpful. You like to learn. You're showing that positive attitude. It is very important to leave your negative attitude. Leave all that you know more outside. At this point, you're a student. Accept to be a student, accept to be under somebody, and learn from them. Learn the good things from them. Do they have their shortcomings? Yes, don't focus on that. Focus on the good things. The last point, which is very important, as a nursing student, on your first day at clinicals or wherever, take as much notes as you can while you're still on the floor. Of course, you're going to have some downtime. Don't get on your phone. If you watched this video where I talked about having a study buddy in nursing school, me and my study buddy, we would leave the clinical site having 50% of our paperwork done. We would take as much information as we can. Why? The information is still fresh. You can remember. Number two, you have a nurse to ask. If you don't understand the diagnosis, if you don't understand why that patient is taking that medication, remember, some medication they may give it to a patient based on the side effects it creates. That's what they want. I don't know if I'm making sense. Not what it does, but the side effect of that medication is what they want. So it could be for various reasons, but you need to know, based on the diagnosis, why is this patient taking this medication? All that information is in the patient's chart. That's why it is very important to take notes. But when you go back and you say, I'll do it when I get home, it is going to be generalized information about that medication. But here it is so specific to that patient. Why? The doctor who is ordering it will put a reason why they're ordering. The professors, our teachers, our instructors, they are nurses. When you tell them the diagnosis of the patient and why they're taking, and the medication they are taking, they know, oh, they're taking that medication because of this. Now, you who just got the information from the book, a general one, you're going to give some wrong reason which does not correlate. I don't know if I'm making sense with the diagnosis. And they'll be like, that is correct, but that is not why they're taking that medication. So it is very important to take information while you're at the clinical side. Don't focus on paperwork. I would see nursing students sitting on the computer, taking notes and all that stuff. No. When you see a nurse getting up, follow. I would follow my nurse to the extent that she would tell me, I'm going to the restroom now. If she goes on break, I go. I'm also on break. Don't go on break when your nurse is not on break. And then she's going to come back and do things when you're not there. If she goes on break, you're also on break. Because you're following her. She's your preceptor. Whatever she does. If she tells you I'm taking a 15, take a 15. She will tell me, now I'm going to the restroom. It's okay. They will tell you, no, I'm going to the restroom. It's okay. If you see her going, like I already said it, to the bedroom, follow her. If she says, oh, I have forgotten why I came, it's okay. Let's go back. You go back. Sit next to her. That opportunity for you to take notes, it gives you the chance to ask questions. I've already said that. The information is still fresh. You can remember it. It saves you tons of time. It is okay. Scribble it. Cancel it out. Remember, I said you already have a clean copy. So this is like your draft. Once you have everything, then you transfer the information to the clean copy and you're set. By the time I would get home, I would have at least 60%. The other thing, remember, when we go for clinicals, you have to make 3 nursing diagnoses, full. When I say full set, I will not go into that. On the patient's chart, all that information is there. Everything, the goal related to everything is there. It is a matter of you copying it down. It is now that I'm on the floor that I see this information in the patient's chart. I'm like, why would I wait to get home? And then I start struggling with a patient who has schizophrenia. And then I start to look for the nursing diagnosis from my head. Yet all this information was on the patient's chart. Why no one told me that this information? Your nursing instructor is not going to tell you because they want to engage your brain. No, they are not. But that information is on there. And in detail, you know how we are supposed to write out a nursing diagnosis? And the goal and everything It is on there. I was like, what a hack. So as a nursing student, don't struggle. There are things you should not waste your time on. And doing a nursing diagnosis, it takes the most time out of the clinical paperwork. You can sit, you cancel it, you do it again. You cancel. It takes an anonymous amount of time. Yet the information was on the chart. Nursing students, copy everything from the chart. There's no new thing you're going to come up with. Everything has been already said. What is the name of that book that they write, the nursing diagnosis? I've forgotten. It has been, even the new diagnoses that come up, whoever comes up with them, they'll put everything in that book. They will update it to the newest version. So don't think you're going to come up with anything new. No. Everything has been there. So don't waste time. And yes, you also still have the access to access the patient's charts. Then you will see the vitals. You will see the labs, the latest ones. Why is potassium? It will even explain to you why that patient's potassium is high or low, or why sodium is ABCD. They will give you, don't go ahead and start imagining, okay, now if the patient had this, why the sodium was high? Why? Everything is on the chart. So as you're on your clinicals, take as much notes as you can. When you get home, don't worry about cancelling it out. Just transfer it. The most other important point that I did not share, why it is important for you to take notes. Remember, at the end of the day, you have to do a pre-conference. You have to present what you have done for the day. Which patients did you see? What is wrong with them? What interventions did you do? ABCD. When you take enough information, you're going to be prepared for that. Like I said, the clinical instructors, they're all RNs. They could be DNPs. They have doctorate in nursing practice. They could be NPs. They could be whatever, but the first step, they're all RNs. So they know. Once you are prepared and you have all your information, you're going to be able to answer their questions. You will be able to present well. They'll be like, okay, now this person knows what they're talking about. Those were the 5 tips as a nursing student preparing for clinicals on first day. To sum it up, number 1, be on time. If you need to drive a day before to the hospital to get the geography of the place, so let it be. Do it. Number 2, prepare your paperwork and bring an extra copy or 2. It doesn't hurt. Point number 3, have all your items ready as a nurse. Have your pens, pencils, stethoscope, everything ready. Point number 4, bring your positive attitude. You're going to need it. And the last one, take as much notes as you can. It will save you tons and tons of time. That has been our video for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and all that stuff. Again, it has been a pleasure. I'll be right back sharing more insights on nursing school, military life, Christianity, and faith. May the good Lord bless you. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Bye.